you know, this is Kendra. Okay, let me pin this into our live. Hey, YouTube
Hi,
friends. So
YouTube
sorry, my
friends.
hands was all on the camera.
We're back. We're Black and Curious. Kendron and Deja, you see
We're
our names there on the bottom and our handles so that you may follow us
hello.
across the interwebs.
Please do, and make sure you are in the Black and Curious family. Okay.
Yes, so go ahead and
So
subscribe. We do reality recaps bi-weekly, and then on the off week we do another like reality deep dive. So there's reality talk here every single week, every Monday around this hour, about 7:15ish. Because the doll
it
works
is.
9 to 5. This doll.
Girl, listen.
Deja has been
Eventually, but
delivered.
right
God
now,
bless.
I'm delivered into the land of freelance, which is not
Well,
always
she delivered
the
herself, child.
it's freedom, yes, but it is.
Got
It's been
some
fun.
lance behind it too.
That's what we shall say. It's been fun
Yeah, it's free, but it's
with a
lance
big
too.
smile.
All right, what we got?
Okay. All right,
My
so
lighting's all
let's
over the
get on
place.
into the
Sorry,
mess,
friends.
and then we can talk about what we're drinking while the girls join us. I sent out a
Yes,
little invite to the girls, so y'all need to come on into the
come
room
on
on
in the room.
Instagram.
Pop culture. Let's do it.
As you know, pop culture time.
Yes.
All right, let's do it. So, first story, the newest Golden Boy is in trouble, y'all, and I'm just like, I'm gonna start right here at the top and just be problematic out of the gate. I do declare that I love Jonathan Majors, right? Amen. However, he is in trouble
I
because of the whites,
I
and
just
so
I
I ain't
don't
trying to be an auntie for real, but like the auntie vibe is in there. Like you got to be careful, honey. You can't be fooling around with the children of the other side.
know. I don't
Um,
have a lot to say
so
yet. I'm
CNN,
literally just kind of holding out because I'm just wanting to know
I mean,
what's
same
going
boat.
on. And I've heard some now conflicting stories on the other side too. So I'm just wanting to know like a full story at this point, if you will.
Totally agree. We can revisit this later on in the
Yeah,
week. Y'all know I
let's.
like to do pop up on YouTube with a short about something going on.
Yeah.
So, CNN was reporting that Mr. Majors was arrested Saturday morning after an alleged domestic dispute. He is facing charges of strangulation and assaults and harassment. His lawyer stated that he is completely innocent and of all charges, and citing that there were witnesses and possible video footage to prove his innocence.
Yeah.
So, as Kendron said, we're just kind of waiting to find out, what's the what. But nonetheless, as the grandparents and the great aunts will tell us back in the day, you need to be careful when you're playing with the others.
Yeah. Also, I just,
Because we can't do everything they do.
I want to say, listen, I am very team like I don't know. I'm just careful when it comes to this kind of stuff. Uh it's probably the lawyer in me, but I try not
Mhm.
to jump to the conclusions either way. I'm kind of like I want to hear the whole story. So this is not saying I don't believe, this is not saying I don't whatever. It's saying I want to see everything before I make a determination.
Well, we gonna see what we see.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I got. Prayerfully, everything works out in his favor.
Mm-hmm.
On to the next. Oh, the girls just can't seem to get along after squashing their long set beef on the Big Brother reality version.
Mm.
The dolls are beefing again because of an altercation that happened like at a show somewhere that we don't have no previous knowledge of.
Mm.
Can I get my words together there? Tamar alleged that Candy and her husband basically verbally attacked her behind a back scene behind the show or whatever. And Candy has since come out on her speak on it and basically was like, that is not what happened. Candy and Todd, of course, have come out and said that is not what happened. There are several people that were there that can attest to what actually transpired. And it's just kind of like, y'all just can't never get along, Lord. But I will say, If you do not subscribe to Candy Online, please do, because Candy is funny as hell. She put up her speak on it, which basically just kind of ran the gamut of all the drama that was taking place over the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So between the Queens of R&B and this now melee between her and Tamar, she was just like, I'm gonna need for y'all to start getting some clout off of your own headlines. Like, stop using me for a headline.
And Tamar has a show out
And
now
I'm
too.
mad.
So she has a show out on Peacock.
Yes.
So I don't know if this is on the heels of that, or she saw the Tasha stuff
It is.
talking about how Candy has, wronged her, and she's like, oh, me too. But it's just like, girl, the timing. Anyways, I like Tamar.
Yeah, because literally that show,
kind of, she gets on my nerves sometimes.
The Tamar show.
Oh, sorry.
We're talking at the same time.
Sorry. No, I was just saying, I like Tamar.
The show that you're talking about.
Uh-huh. Go ahead.
We can.
You go.
Okay, the show that you're talking about that's on Peacock is the ensemble is her, Evelyn, and Nivea, which is TV Gold. I can't think of the name of that show, but basically it's a show for them to find love after having like, what's it called?
I think it's the Queen's Court.
Yes, that's it. Yeah. So the Queen's Court, basically it's them trying to find love after having such tumultuous public relationships.
Mm-hmm.
So if y'all are watching, please let us know. I have been watching it. It is entertaining because Nivea is funny as hell.
They were on Watch What Happens Live with Andy the other night. So I watched that. But
oh, I need to watch that.
Yeah, in general, I like Tamar. She sings her face off. I just think, she can be a lot sometimes. Although, like, the Queens of R&B, and we'll come back to this, we kind of seeing that Candy can be a little bit sometimes too. We can come back to that.
I don't know that watching the Queens of R&B, it's really giving that like Latasha Scott is the villain.
It is, but I have noticed, I've seen some things where I'm just like, okay. And we know Candy.
The only thing that I would say that made me go like, is that thing that Candy said about wanting to be the headline for the show. But we're gonna get there. We're not there yet.
We're not there yet. We're not there yet. We'll come to that. All right, what else do you got?
So nonetheless, the beef between Tamar and Candy is still ongoing at this point.
Back on.
I fell out when Tamar was calling her a billy goat.
Back on.
I'm like, you did not have to call that lady a billy goat. Like a billy goat though. She called her a non-singing billy goat. That is so disrespectful.
I got the reference, but I'm just like, you don't really.
I mean, I get it too, but it's still like she ain't have to be lamb chop. I'm sorry.
She didn't. What else we got?
All right, so on to the mess of the show. So in this bit of the pop culture, I think I put this up on our stories last week on Instagram and in the shorts for YouTube. Basically, there's an alleged infidelity between Rocco Scott, or not Scott, his last name is Scott, Rocco, Latasha's husband, and this new mistress. Now, the mistress, mind you, I ain't gonna lie to you, I didn't even bother to go get sister girl's name. So if you want to know the tea about her, she did a whole interview with Tasha K, and you can find that on YouTube. So,
well, here's the thing. I feel like the girlies have to find somebody to cheat with that has something to lose. Well, go ahead.
I mean, and you're right. But the thing is, like, he didn't at the time that, I guess they was having their tay-to-tay. I think she said that they were together for like 5 years or something like that. At the time that they was in their midst or whatever have you, Latasha wasn't famous. I mean, she was known, of course, down in the A for being a part of Escape, but at this point, don't nobody know her. I want to say that they also have like a love child, but I'm not for certain on that. I can come back to y'all with some more information.
Allegedly.
Because I think that was part of the conversation in the interview. So yeah, hop on to Tasha K and get the tea, because all I know is that this is the mistress. I don't know sis name. I didn't bother to look her up. But her face is all over the internet if you Google the cheating allegations for Rocco.
Let me tell you something. This is a little bit from a little while ago, but Tasha K really did herself a disservice because she lied on Cardi so bad that I'm kind of like, allegedly, girl, that's the source. I don't know, allegedly. Because she lied.
No, and not, hey, here's the thing. But the girl came on to the show to tell her own story. So here's the thing. I know, but the girl could be lying, right?
And she could be platforming a liar for clicks as well. So allegedly. Tasha K, allegedly.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the only person that seemingly has talked to her at this point. So
Allegedly.
nonetheless, we don't know nothing about this or this lady. We ain't talked to her. I just know that it was on Tasha K's show. So you got questions, ask Tasha.
Allegedly,
Okay?
allegedly. Shielding us. Go ahead. What's next?
This one is you.
Yeah, this is me.
Last hurrah.
LaRoche is has said that he is doing his last hurrah. He hasn't been clear about whether or not he's going to continue to style Zendaya. He hasn't been clear. He basically was saying maybe he can be like a creative director for some people, but not doing direct styling because of basically the shade that a lot of people were saying, like he was unprofessional. And he was just kind of like, look, I am who I am. I'm the person. So if you want to hire me, then you deal with me. And he just got tired of a lot of the chaos. But I wanted to say two things about this that I haven't heard said already. First of all, he chose the cut to give his interview to, which for those who didn't know, the editor-in-chief is Lindsay Peoples, a Black woman. And it's funny because I did not know that, and I did not know that at first, because I've been following the cut for some time, but I noticed the tone of their articles had changed. I don't know how long she's been there, but probably about a year and a half ago, I was like, it seems like a Black person is over there now. And so I went and checked, and it surely was, Lindsay Peoples. And so I've been subscribed to the cut for some time, but only because she's over there. And if she leave, I'm unsubscribing. Hey Jojo. But yeah, I was happy that he gave this information to the Black woman in the fashion room. That made me excited. Also, if you don't listen to Vibe Check, the podcast Vibe Check, it's really good and it's a fun, good time, but very nuanced conversation. It's three gay Black men, and they talk through a lot of cultural issues. One is Sam Sanders, who is like a news correspondent. And he has another podcast on NPR. So it's like he comes with like more, it's just a good balance. They have a good balance, and they talked about this conversation, and it was a really good conversation. So I encourage you to go listen to that if you have not heard it yet. And listen every week because it's a good podcast. I like it.
If we get any more news about LaRoche, I will be sure to put it in the top of the show, but we can actually slide on into the mess before we get there. What are you drinking?
I am having the Flybird passion fruit margarita mix with a splash of 21 Seeds tequila. 21.
Ooh, tequila.
Bro, you do that every time. I've been drinking tequila for like 6 months. I just can only have one or two.
It's still a shock to me.
It shouldn't be, because I
be
be Paloma down, honey. Paloma me. But anyways, this is a grapefruit and I think grapefruit and rose tequila. Delicious. 21 Seeds.
Okay, make sure you send me a picture of that. Thank you. So I am not drinking anything.
Wow, good for you.
Because like I said, I've been freelancing. So we're drinking water, okay? Because it's been an interesting couple of weeks. All right. So on to the mess. What show do you want to start with at the top?
Well, let's just go ahead to Queens of R&B because we were right there.
Girl.
We were right there.
So the only thing that I'll say about the previous episode, the week that we did not record, come up and do the live, was basically like, Candy, I understand being the bad guy in the room, and like, because everybody wants to say something, wants a certain thing said, but they don't want to be the one to say it. So then Candy ends up looking like the bad guy. Like, I totally understand and feel her on that. She basically spoke up and said that they wanted to basically be headlining and not to co-headline, which is crazy. Like, at this point, y'all are both like retired acts, so to speak. So like, just get on the same bandwagon, share the stage. It's okay.
I was very Coco to that whole entire thing. Like, girl, do you think SWB is getting ready to open for Escape? God bless you. You've lost it. Not gonna happen. Not going. We watched the verses, and we had a good time watching the verses, but it was very clear on who had more hits. Let's be honest about that now.
I did not watch the verses. Didn't care. I was just like, I'm not here.
I did.
For
that was my time. I love me a little R&B moment, and that was my time. So I watched the entire thing. But yeah, and I guess like Candy and Tiny were saying, basically because they've been on TV, they've been on Bravo, they've been collecting the checks. This opportunity, frankly, is probably this reality show
coming off the heels of them.
Yeah, this reality show is on Bravo, likely because of Candy. So it's because it seems like Bravo gives Candy a chance to do whatever the hell she wants on the channel. It's like, oh, we need something to lead in. We need something to lead into Real Housewives of Atlanta. Candy, what you got? Come on over here and do a show.
I'm saying they makes me wonder if she's gonna be coming back with Candy in the Gang, because that was another one that was in between shows. So I hope so. Candy in the Gang was actually really funny.
So, you know,
so
she's kind of like, I think we deserve top billing, i.e. more money. And it's like, okay, girl, it's not even that serious. Y'all not going on tour. This is a one-time thing, you know, for the fans, whatever. So I just thought it was silly.
It's just, I mean, yeah. And understandably, like, I get, so Candy, you know, I always am watching her like speak on it, and she was just saying like, I wasn't coming from a disrespectful place or like I have hate in my heart or anything like that for SWV. Like, I love them, but I'm speaking from a business standard. And I'm like, I get that you're speaking from a business standpoint, but y'all also have like personal relationships according to you all. So it's kind of hard to speak business with people you have friendships with.
It's like that just it bordered on disrespectful to me. It gave a taste. Like, I know that's not what she intended, but it gave just a sprinkle of disrespect for me. Like, these women paved the way for you, and you literally can't put your ego aside. Can't, like, in Candy of all people, I would have just been like, girl, I'm not gonna say it. Like, I don't need it. I don't need the stress, and I don't need the money like that. So if y'all want to say it, y'all gotta say it. You know.
I don't know. That was the only thing that was distasteful for me. But like, on to the other things. I'm so tired of Tasha. I'm so tired. I'm so tired. Because I get it, baby. You tired of these hoes and you don't want nothing to do with them. So just don't have nothing to do with them. I feel like every week we're going to have the same thing to say.
My thing is, first of all, stop floating off of every opportunity that they got. The reason why people have a renewed interest in you is because of Escape and because of the Versus and y'all doing shows and stuff like that. Like, what was you doing all this time when y'all was broke up and nobody was doing anything? Why didn't you have your record deal then? It's just because... Exactly. JoJo said she has worn me thin, and she has. It's like, where was your record deal? It's because nobody was interested in you at that moment. And then it's like this whole attitude of like, well, I'm not gonna say anything until the ink is signed. And it's like, girl, that is crazy. You sound nuts.
Like, that's stupid.
You sound nuts. I can't. And then the other thing is, she's coming into the SWV meetings trying to act like she's the one with the decision-making authority. Basically,
right.
And also getting mad.
Either she's doing that or she's being a complete brat.
And then getting mad at Tamika. True. Then getting mad at Tamika because Tamika is trying to take on some responsibility for the show. It's like, ma'am, you haven't been around. So why do you feel slighted that your sister has tried to pick up the slack where you have been dropping the ball because you're not that interested? So what do you feel slighted about when you're not even that interested? You're not even showing up for rehearsal. How do you feel slighted about anything?
I just don't understand it. And like, to the point that like Tamika was making, she's always been in the background, so she really wanted to take the time to like put her skin in the game. So I don't see what the harm is. Like, nobody's taking anything away from you. You are not showing up.
You're not showing up. You're not showing up at your meetings. When you show up, you don't have nothing to say. Until you get into until you get into the SWV meetings, now you have something to say. And it's like, girl, you haven't discussed that with your group. What are you doing? JoJo says yes, but she has the Wendy Williams and Mary J. Blige husband. She does. And he is actually worse, because to me, he is that whispering in her ear what she needed to say. That really creeped me out. It creeped me out.
Like, what is going on? But I mean, Candy said it on Speak Online, or Jesus, Candy Online, Speak on it. She basically said that like he is her brain. Like, she can't do nothing. She can't move right or left without him telling her to move the right arm or the left arm. Like, girl,
it's ridiculous.
Really ridiculous. Too old.
JoJo, what else are you watching? Talented. Drop down and tell us what you're watching so we can move there next if you're gonna stay with us. But
yeah, she's too old and too talented to just be falling by the wayside. Like, And everything cannot be somebody else's fault. At some point, you have to take responsibility for what has happened or hasn't happened in your career.
100%.
So that's all I got to say about that.
She's just exhausting to me. And I'm not going to lie. Oh, we watching that too. We going there next.
We there next.
But I just like, I heard her song. It was a nice song. She wasn't over singing. I heard it. It was fine. But it's just like, girl, nobody care. Nobody cares.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I have no interest in listening to anything from her going forward. And I think it's one of those things of like where people say like back in the day when we were coming up in like the 90s and early 2000s, there was no social media. So you never really had a chance to get to know your favorite artists' personalities per se. You just got to hear their music and love them for that. And so like me being, and I've talked about this before, me being a plus size girl and seeing her in a singing group, and like I wanted to sing as a girl, like my mom was trying to get me and my sister a record deal, like get us, well, not record deal, but recording time and all kind of stuff. Like I modeled myself kind of after her because she was the only plus size girl who was singing in the business back in the day. And she's not even really plus size, right? But like looking at her now, it's just like, damn, I don't know that I like you.
Don't.
This is like the case of when they tell you not to, when they had the PR camp to tell you what to say and how to say and what to do and what not to do, like it just is missing. Or she, like Candy said, is listening to Brother Rocco and he is steering her wrong.
It's
which is disappointing. I don't like it.
Me neither.
I do not describe. Well, I can't talk today, y'all. Jesus, maybe it's because I don't have no alcohol.
Well, that's unfortunate. I'll have enough for you as well.
Jojo, hold on. Jojo said she needs to accept that. She needs to accept that is the leave of Aaliyah.
Yeah.
And can excel and get on the coin on her own. Yeah, I don't disagree with you.
Yeah. She is the lead vocalist of the group.
To share.
That's it. It's just the group. Girl, don't nobody want.
But according to Candy,
from none of them, not even Candy, especially not Candy. God bless.
Girl, right. But according to Candy, she wasn't singing lead by herself. It was her and Candy that was singing lead. And when I think about it, like all them songs back in the day, you would always see the two of them kind of going back and forth. You very rarely saw Tiny and Tamika really singing.
But listen, Tamika is in those rehearsals hitting the notes. So
hello. We ain't never said that the sister couldn't sing because sis sings down.
Okay.
So anyway,
all right, let's do,
that's all I really have to say about that.
Ultimate Girls Trip.
Yeah. Let's do it, y'all. One thing, so me and Kendra were having like a conversation offline yesterday, and I was just like, you know what? The one thing about this particular show that is really unfortunate for the sis down to Potomac is that it is really showing how awful of a personality she has on TV.
She is messy, Boots. Like she literally walked in the door with these women that she did not know and was like, let's get it started. She started like 2 arguments in the course of like 24 hours.
Yes. And in the confessional, the girl was like, but you started it. She was like, I know. Because in the confessional, Giselle was saying, oh my God, I'm over it. I'm tired. I don't want to hear nothing else about it. And then the producer was like, but girl, you started it. And then she said, yeah, I know. And just hee ha ha'd it off. Like,
let me tell you something though.
Wow.
Let me tell you something. I agree with her. Because it's one thing that I can't stand is Whitney Rose. Okay. Can't stand her. I cannot stand her. She gets on my nerves. Yeah, Jojo, I agree. Tamika is the best singer in the group. But yes, Whitney gets on my nerves. She has been getting on my nerves. I'm watching what is it? Housewives of Salt Lake City now. It's sort of my casual watch. Like, hey, let me just look at this. I need some background.
I'll watch it when Mary come back. Mary's coming back. I'll be watching it then.
Exactly. It's just a background noise type of show. Anyways, but Whitney is up there whining and complaining and doing the white woman, victimizing herself even against Heather. And Heather's a fellow white woman. Once Giselle got that party started, and it was like, okay, girl, that's enough. I was like, yes, that it is enough. She started it, but it was enough. It was enough.
Jojo says that whole scene was crazy.
I live for Mary Cosby, and yes, Also as well too.
Okay, we ready for her to come back so she can be shading these hoes and giving them side eyes
Please.
and crazy ass looks.
Please. I love Portia and Giselle together. They are so funny to me.
Honey, Portia was funny as hell. But the thing that irritated my spirit so badly. So how far are you into the girls trip? Where you at?
Episode and a half.
Before I
Go
start
ahead.
just giving away stuff.
I'll be catching up.
Lord bless it.
Go ahead.
So there's the scene where they are out on the doing the Miami girls rented a yacht out in Thailand so they could have the Miami experience. Okay. Mm-hmm. So these
JoJo said they killed Watch What Happens Live, and they did. They are such a good duo. I love Giselle and Portia together.
I don't know why I turned it off.
It's just so funny.
See if I can find it online.
They're just so funny.
They
play off of each other so well, and like the funny thing is, Portia is usually the voice of reason, which is unusual because it's like,
Houseway.
No, because Giselle was saying something. I can't even remember. Oh, with the Jen Shah, because she was like saying Jen Shah had lied to Heather and this, that, and the third. And Portia was kind of like, well, girl, she has lawyers. She couldn't just tell Heather. Like, what do you mean? You sound crazy.
You can tell her the truth.
Yes, they do. And JoJo says they shade each other and don't take it personal. And I love that. They shade each other, they laugh it off. And like both of them are those personalities that just they can take a joke, they can give the joke, but they can also take the joke. And it's not fun to watch when you're watching somebody who can't take the joke back. So I love them together.
I don't disagree with you. But so the scene with the yacht, so the girls are on the yacht and everybody's it's like round robin. Everybody is fucking shooting darts, and then the next thing you know, somebody is crying, having a meltdown, whatever the case may be. So it gets to Candy Ache, and she's talking about how she's been on the phone crying down to her mother because her anxiety is bad and she's far away from home and all these things. Okay, whatever. So she's having this meltdown, and then Portia comes over to like console her, but then they start arguing, and I'm like, now how did we get here?
Yeah, because Candy Ache came in hot on Portia because Portia said something about her. What did she say about her on their chat room show? I don't remember. Anyways, she said something, and Candy Ache has not gotten over it.
In that moment, that wasn't even what she was talking about. And then it just,
I know, but I'm saying Candy Ache
no
she came into the experience with a chip on her shoulder about Portia. And I was kind of like, when I started watching, I was like, not too much on Portia now. Portia ain't did nothing to you yet. But apparently that was like the friction. And Portia was like, girl, I ain't worried about that. Like, I said it, and what? Girl.
Because Portia at this point, I feel like she just laughs it off. Even down to when, now it was funny that she called Portia, she'll take a man. And what was Giselle's?
Mm-hmm.
Portia's was she'll take, you didn't see this yet. No, but she named them like she'll take a man and can't keep a man or something like that. JoJo, tell us in the comments, because I don't remember what it was. Something similar.
Mm-hmm.
Either way, but like they had it. Basically, Portia talks about her whole relationship situation, how she got in it, what happened, what was true, what wasn't true. Oh, she need a man. Thank you, boo. I knew you knew.
Mm-hmm.
So, and like they really like all of a sudden, then they wanted to be up in arms about that. So when they're on the yacht and Candy Ache is having this breakdown, Portia is just like, well, I was offended when you said that. And I'm like, how the hell is this helpful? You over here trying to comfort this girl. She is crying and having a breakdown. And now you want to attack her about something that she said that you was mad about. Now is not the time.
Oh, dear.
Now is not the time. Now is not the time.
Yeah, JoJo said it pissed me off to know that her and Giselle had buried the hatchet and Candy Ache went back there. And she did. She did.
And see, that's the thing that I don't understand. Like, Giselle is saying that they had buried the hatchet, but like, did they? Because it don't seem like that.
Both said kind of in the confessionals that they had agreed to move on, right?
Not from the reunion. Like, Candace never said anything about it.
Okay.
She And maybe I missed something, but I don't recall her ever saying anything about what transpired between reunion. Because my thing is, when was
No,
the girls
I
trip
don't.
filmed?
I don't
Was
think that
that?
they ever said anything about how it resolved, but I thought that both of them kind of was like, yeah.
Oh, JoJo said yes because Candace said that they had agreed to move on. But did
Mm-hmm.
they talked after the reunion? Okay, so that's the piece that I was missing because I'm like, why does it seem like Giselle saying that they moved on and Candace is like still in her feels about whatever? Because she was still tweeting about it when the reunion was, rolling. So I don't know. Neither here nor there. The girls are still at each other's throats.
They are. And it's foolish. What else?
I don't know why they brought Leah onto this cast because
I
Leah
was getting ready to
about
say
had
the same
a goddamn
thing.
psychological meltdown, and there's things that you have not got to yet, but there's a moment where I don't know whose dinner it was or if it was the first dinner, I have no idea, but they're all sitting there. Alexia is telling her story about how her husband was gay and then he died and then all this stuff, and so Leah starts basically saying that she was bored, and she's saying it like audibly loud so everybody can hear that she's bored. So then Portia was like, well, what you want to talk about then, girl? I mean, like, I don't know. It was something that she had been saying. So she's like, you want to talk about that? Like, you want to talk about this? And then the girl was like, she was like, no, I don't want to talk about that either. And then Giselle said something. And then Portia was like, she don't got nothing to talk about. Like,
JoJo said it was the second dinner.
Happening?
It was Ladyboy night. Ciao.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I was like, what? That just crazy. And I'm just like, you don't want people to be mad at you. Then you have like an anxiety round robin conversation with you and Candace as y'all run off to the bathroom. And you're like, oh my God, like, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to offend anybody. And and it's like, girl, but what you said was offensive. Somebody is talking and you just start rambling about how you so bored and you yawning and you falling all over the place.
Listen,
Like,
I'm just trying to
pull it
figure out
together,
why
sis.
they put her on the cast with Marisol, who literally Marisol be drinking. Let me tell you something. Marisol is one of my top 5 favorite housewives.
I love her.
Absolutely
Her and
love
Mama Elsa,
her.
baby.
Oh my God, she just cracks me up.
In peace, Mama Elsa.
She just be saying the most random stuff at the most random times, and you can just tell she is sauced. Like,
and she's so dry.
Love it.
Dry. There's no inflection. There's no nothing. She's just like none. I mean, I just said it because she was talking. Oh my God. Said it.
If y'all watch Miami, like I didn't finish Miami, but I did watch. She like literally was coming into her confessionals with like a bottle of vodka, like.
Oh yeah, and had the whatchamacallits, the funnels. She was serious about that shit. She had the damn funnels on a keychain.
She had a whole cocktail set in her confessionals.
With a cup like this. She was like, "Look, I ain't pouring that." All you hear in the background is glug 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 glug.
And I think I love Marisol because alcoholic. I know, like, as a person who has lived in Miami longer than I intended, I know people like Marisol. And she just tickles me. That's one of the housewives that I would like hang out with. I want to hang out with Marisol. I don't care about these other ladies. Marisol got it for me. She is literally one of my top 5 favorite housewives of all time. I love her so much.
And she like this big. That's the other thing. Be drinking like a fish and this big.
Cause she
She's talking about in one of the confessionals, I think it was for Miami. She's just like, I mean, I have to support the brands that I promote.
Yes.
And you're supporting the alcohol. Just like,
is
there anything else in there? She'd be like, give me this much, a drop of pineapple juice. Like, it's just straight vodka. Like, girl, that is crazy.
She cracks me up.
I told Kendra offline yesterday that I felt like Marisol has confirmed for us. Yes. And Marisol has confirmed for us that she is a functioning alcoholic, because she always talked about, well, on this here trip, that her damn stomach hurt. And the physician that came out to see her was like, it sounds like that you might have an ulcer, so we can get you some medicines or medications for that, or whatever the case may be. But like, yeah, that sounds highly likely if you drink it like a fish every goddamn day. You don't drink nothing but vodka.
And no water. Ma'am says she drinks coffee. And when she says coffee,
she's like, it's water in my coffee.
In my mind, I'm like, no, I'm like cortadito. So it's like this much coffee, like super strong Cuban coffee in a cup this big.
And it's like that much water in the coffee at
like,
that.
It's like if the cup is this big, that much is sugar. And then it's like espresso in a piece of water. Girl, ma'am, you don't drink no water.
Oh, none whatsoever. That's why your goddamn stomach hurt, girl.
God, she is so funny to me. She is so
and then this thing that sent me, like, JoJo, he's seen as much as I have. So like, she steady walking around by how her damn stomach hurt, but then walk over to the bar and be like, I got to give me something else to drink.
And then she'll be like, I mean, nothing cures a hangover like a straight shot. I'm like, ma'am,
but she ain't lying. You know, just keep on drinking. You'll feel a little bit better. Shit.
It's just like, man, that's not what we're supposed to be doing here.
We're not promoting alcoholism, even if it's functional. Okay.
She's just funny. I'm sorry. She's just funny.
She just is. Thus far, I'm really enjoying the Ultimate Girls Trip, because for Portia and Giselle's banter and foolery alone, but also Marisol, she's keeping it going.
Giselle did get on my nerves when she was trying to tell them don't speak in Spanish. I'm like, they be floating in and out of Spanish all the time.
Man, but look, the producers. Whoever edited and put them clips together where every time they start speaking Spanglish to each other, then it go full on Spanish, her eyes go straight to them, and it's like that meme with the damn numbers and symbols and shit. That's what she looked like every time, and it's like, girl, like, they're not talking to you. Let it be.
They're not talking to you. They just floating in and out. Like, that's how Miami is. The girlies just float in and out. I'll be at work, typing on my computer, having a conversation with my coworker, and she's Dominican. And the next thing I know, some other woman is coming around the corner and she's like, ah! And I'm like, okay, whoa. But you just gotta let him. You just gotta get used to it.
I'm like,
you gotta get used to it.
Learn the language, boo. Shoot.
Yeah. And I know enough of a piece that I can catch that they're not talking about me, so I don't be worried about
it. Hello. And that's what it looked like. Giselle was really focusing hard so she could see if they was talking about her.
Girl, they're not worried about me. They just talking in, their first language and their native tongue. So, it is what it is, Joe.
I'm like, that's so crazy. Like, if she just could have said it a better way. It was just so, like, she just ain't got
it was
no
just
tag.
Like every
that's
time
really
it was like, no. It's like, girl,
that is tacky. You cannot do that. And they was dragging her online for that shit.
It was just silly. All right. Let's move on. What do you want to do? Love and Marriage DC or
let's do Ready to Love, because I ain't got too much to say about that.
And we had what's that other show? Put a Ring on It. Did you watch that?
I did, but I feel like let's do Put a Ring on It real fast. Did you watch that?
I did.
Girl, I don't know. This season just don't seem like it's finna work out. We ain't got but 2 episodes in, but it just don't seem like it's finna work out, because the bald-headed chick that looked with the Eve haircut from the early 2000s, her and the doctor was going back and forth. And it's like, girl, if you can't see that he's being controlling, like you done found Daddy 2.0, like ain't no help for you.
Child, we just did an episode. We released an episode last week on this mess. On impressionable and trying to make women do, and she don't look that young, but she's apparently much younger than him.
No, but I mean, how she was raised speaks to it. She was raised by a single father, so like you have a strong male influence in your life, and you are, because they, like on a psychological tip, they always say that women tend to marry men that are like their fathers.
Yeah.
And so like she's giving us a clear, like, if this was an experiment, like she's proving the hypothesis.
But the only thing is, though, I feel like if if that were true in this situation, then she would have already had a lot of the tools that he wants her to have. Like she would already be like very caretaking and nurturing and all of those things that he wants her to be more of.
I don't know that. I think that he is just extra controlling on top of she done married a version of her father. I think he just got extra shit on top of that.
Fair.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but he just was getting on my nerve.
They get on my nerves.
Both
I
of
see
them.
why they are together. It is a match. Okay. Y'all found each other. Y'all don't need to be on the show if you're not gonna listen to this lady.
The new doctor reminds me of Quad. So, but she's like a toned down version of Quad.
Girl. But I'm telling you, they was getting they on the way to arguing.
They're both from Memphis. She gives me a toned down version of Quad. So when Dr. Quad was up there,
Dr. Quad. I hate you. From now on, I'm gonna see it as that. Thank you.
I'm telling you, when you watch it back, you're gonna be like, no, she does remind you of Quad. But it was just, she was like, so why are y'all here? Y'all seem like y'all all right. Like y'all seem like you want to be what he wants, and he wants something different. So like, what's the problem? What am I here for? And I agree with her.
Here? I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, why are you here? You gonna argue with the damn well, she's not a doctor, she a coach, but like you gonna argue with the coach. Why are you here, honey?
Yeah. Y'all don't want no help. Y'all just wanted to be on TV or something, child, but they didn't want no help. God bless.
Yeah. I think they, like you said, they're trying to get their 15 minutes. Jasha and Joya, JJ is what we're gonna call them collectively. I think that I see the point on her end, but like, I just feel like this cast, this shit ain't finna work out. Like, that's really my consensus. I don't really know that I have too much else to say about these people.
I actually like them together. I think
like them together
there's
too.
a timing issue here, but I feel like he will get on board.
Exactly.
I don't see that there is a whole lot of issue with them other than a timing issue.
But my thing is like, I'm with Joya. Like, my man, you 40 years old. Like, at what point do we decide to settle down? And like, we already living together and doing things as a married couple. So like, what is the holdup? That type of ideology I never understand.
Also, like what is it that you want to do? This point. It's like, what do you want to do?
What else is there?
Yeah. I mean, if there's something that you want to do, and you know, if they're both in the mindset of like, they want kids, they want a family, whatever. If there's something else that you want to do, then let's go do it. Like, but just being, you know, whatever, that doesn't work. She's in her late 30s and she wants to have kids. Like, got to kind of get a move on it.
Hello? I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know about this cast.
Yeah. Oh, it's Chance and Dunbar.
And the people that's sitting there.
Chance and Dunbar. Dunbar is really annoying to me. Dunbar is the old man who is always saying controlling stuff, and Chance is the woman with the cut.
They look super familiar though. I feel like they've been on reality TV of some kind before.
Maybe.
It's gonna come to me, and I'm gonna tell y'all in a couple of weeks. I know it will. It'll come back. It always does at the most random of times.
And then Catherine and Ricky, them two don't even look like they belong together. They look like they was friends first. They do. They look like because his first date, the lady with the red locks, that looks like his type.
I mean, she do, but like,
no, they look like they was friends first.
Okay, so on a petty note, on a petty note, right? What's going on with my man's hair?
Y'all.
So like I started watching this because shout out to Single Shit on Instagram. If y'all are following them, it's two of my favorite YouTubers come together to have their own podcast situation over on Insta. But like I started watching this because Tracy was talking about it, and she was talking about how bad his hair was to the point that she showed us like on the live, like his hairline is like his scalp right here and forehead, and then he got these like little braid situations that's coming.
It's across. The little braids for me. Okay, it's the like if you're gonna do plaits, let's just do 6 big plaits. Let's give it an ASAP Rocky moment and let's move on. Why are we doing?
I'm saying.
Why are we doing all of these teeny tiny plaits?
Some fake hair braided in there. Why you let them do you like that and put you on television, baby? Go ahead and get a fade. Cut that shit up.
Like the hair is not it. It was bad. I didn't like it. I didn't enjoy it. And he also moved that lady into his house with his family.
Girl, now that part, let's talk about that. Okay, so when that first episode is basically they let us know that they live together and they show his house and all that kind of stuff. The second episode is when we get the whole tea that she lived there with him, his mother and father, and his sister and his brother who come over from time to time because he got a key. Why would you move in with all of that, sis? That gives she was running from something. She was just trying to get away from where she was at.
I don't know. It gives to me, here's what it gives to me, all right? That she liked him all these years. He really was not into her, but decided like, he's out of a divorce. It's like, maybe I should give her a chance. And then things started progressing. And so she's going to take whatever he gives her. That's what it gives. That's how the energy that is coming off of their relationship to me. Like, he's not putting any effort forth and she is going to take the crumbs.
And like, girl, why?
And knowing how long they were friends, it leads me to believe she's been waiting around for him to become available all this time. And I don't believe that that's the case in all of these situations. I believe in platonic friendships between men and women, or whatever gender you're attracted to. I believe you can still have platonic friendships, but it's just like, girl, he is giving you crumbs, like literally crumbs.
Literal.
Gross.
It's terrible. I don't know that this show is going to keep my attention, but of course, if the other things are not as interesting and or have gone off beforehand, then I guess I'll keep watching.
Listen, if I've been watching Love and Marriage DC this entire season, you're going to have to stick with put a ring on it. Them's the rules. Because when I tell you I hate Love and Marriage DC, I hate it. Let's go there next.
Baby. That's what I was going to say. So, I mean, we could just start at the end of the show because, like, the melee between Joy and Ashley.
Joy is me a little bit. I'm going to be honest with y'all. Joy is me a little bit because she's like, I respected what she said. She was like, my default is an asshole. So if you want to get there with me, it don't take much. I'm trying to be nice. And that's what I tell people about me. Listen, my default is like the first thing that comes to my mind is usually something unpleasant. I have programmed my mind to I program my mouth to shut, my mind to think, and let's have a different outcome. I have not always been that way. The girlies that know, Deja probably knows. I program myself not to say the first thing out of my mouth.
Girl,
okay?
Because that's why I'm over here like,
if you want to push it, we can get there, and we can get there fast. So that's why I respect Joy, because I'm like, I feel you, girl. My default's an asshole too, man. Like,
I mean, it'd be like that. But like, okay, so I like Joy. Don't misunderstand, but we said when she was at that reunion for Love, Ready to Love, when the things wasn't going well, she is not a girl's girl.
No, and she's not good for TV, which is why I'm not on TV. Like, I wouldn't even ever go on TV because I'm like, mind your business. And if you come over here too many times in too many ways, I'm gonna cuss you out. Like, she's just. It's not, that's not good for TV. You got to have somebody that wants to do like, and she's just like, no, I just won't.
I'm not doing all of that. But like her and damn Clifton, they don't be, it's like this whole show has been about everybody else. She might show up here and there. It's like she's showing up to stuff that the producers told her she got to show up to. Absolutely. It's not like giving like interactive with the cast. So that it's just uncomfortable. Like, and in this situation, I understood where Joy was coming from. Like, I'm still in my feelings about what all has transpired. And so to her point, you cannot rush somebody to, all of a sudden be on good terms with you because you decided to apologize. Yeah. It's up to them to figure out when and where they're going to talk to you and how, and if y'all are going to move forward or if they choose to move forward with you. 100%. So like Ashley was a little ridiculous with that. That's really all I got. I appreciate that she was straight up and 100 and was talking to her directly like, hey, hey, this is what was said and this is what I said. You know what I'm saying? Like when we talked about this the last time, but this like you having an attitude because it's that shit gets on my nerves when somebody is upset because of something that you did and then now you mad because they mad at you. Girl, make it make sense.
Make it make sense.
This is the situation that you created, baby.
Not great. The Gutter Barbies song, I hate it with all of my soul.
It's terrible.
Winter is just too old to be worried about the Gutter Barbies. But their
Like,
interaction when she was getting ready to perform, and Joy was like, move your hips, and she was like, okay, I'm not coming with the Pentecostal hips. That did crack me up.
I do like them bantering back and forth together.
Yeah, I didn't like Ashley breaking the fourth wall and being like, I got you on this show. It always feels uncomfortable to me when the people are talking about this show. That's one thing I will say about Ultimate Girls Trip that makes me a little bit uncomfortable, because like you're selling the fantasy. Sell the fantasy. We know this is not real, but I don't want to know all the behind the scenes, and they just be talking about the behind the scenes right out on Front Street. And
I mean, I like that part. Give me the tea. I want to know what was said, who said what, and how it went down. Okay,
I don't love it.
I'm peeking through the blinds.
You know, I don't really care for the breaking the fourth wall, being like, well, I got you on this show. And I just thought that was too much, you know?
That, my thing is like, those was given like, y'all ready to box. Like, and they was about to.
Yeah. If you made it this far in the video, give us boxing gloves in the comments.
Because literally they was about to, and my thing is, what I'm not going to do with anybody is square up with you in my house. Girl, get the fuck out.
Yeah, get out. And then she was not mad at
argue back and forth.
What did you think about the arena of it all? Like, would you have been mad if Arena went and checked on Joy first?
No, because the way the scuffle happened, she went out Arena saw Joy go out the door. Ashley went running around somewhere with like 4 or 5 other people. So like, why is it that I need to chase after you in your other entourage of people in your home, mind you?
It's like, girl, just go upstairs and go lay down or something. Your husband's here. Everybody's down to the party. Somebody will
everybody that's here came because of you.
Yeah.
Yeah. But everybody that's here is here because of you, baby. They your friend. Like, what is the problem? I don't know. It was just so much. It was giving a lot. And like, I get being, you know, you irritated or you feel some sort of way because this woman has shown up after saying repeatedly that she wasn't coming. I totally get that. But like, come on.
Stop her ass at the door and be like, girl, we need to have a conversation before you come in my house.
But not even that. Like, she made it seem like Joy had just been perusing through the party without speaking to her, and she had just walked in. You saw her as soon as she walked in the room. She didn't see you, seemingly the way the camera showed it. Now, mind you, she could have, but like that's not what it was looking like.
Either that or actively disinvite her. Be like, I think we need to have a conversation before you come to my house.
That part.
But also, I
need to catch up on the show.
I will say this. You know, Joy had been saying to anybody who would listen, girl, TC, what you watching, girl? Tell us what you watching so we can cover that with you, honey, because you be here and we appreciate you. Yes.
Thanks.
But yeah, it's just like, I just didn't understand it. I didn't understand it. But like I said, Joy was telling the people that she was not coming.
Telling everybody who would listen. Okay, she was out everybody with her megaphone.
So when Ashley saw her, the first thing I would have said was like, I thought you wasn't coming.
Yeah, for real. Well, she did say that.
You said you wasn't coming. Maybe we should have
what you doing here?
You know, whatever.
Anyway, it was just that whole like melee was very contentious from the start.
It was.
And it's just kind of like if I was in Ashley's position, like if I did something that upsets you and you still feeling a way about it, ain't nothing I can do about that.
Yeah.
If you decide that you want to come back around and we're going to, you know, play picket fences or whatever the case may be, cool, great. But like, I'm just saying, like, otherwise, if you don't, what the hell am I supposed to do about that? I'm not going to stress myself out to the extent of like telling everybody that this is what's happening. 1, 2, also then being bent out of shape because they showed up. Like Joy basically was just kind of like, I came because you kept reiterating how important this was to you. And so like I thought about it and I didn't want to just not show up. because like that we already in a contentious space. So like you just want to fight.
Fair. Oh, thanks, TC. We love you. All right.
Thanks. Boo.
I didn't watch Ready to Love. Who got eliminated, y'all?
Girl, who got eliminated?
Okay, well, that's that on that.
I'm really thinking about it. Like, oh, Lyndon went home.
Oh, okay. All right.
Lyndon went home and Blake went home, which we knew was gonna happen after Susu left.
He was gonna self-eliminate.
Because if he didn't go home, they was gonna put him off. So I guess he just was like, "You're not gonna embarrass me. I'm gonna just take myself out the game."
I think they're still together. I think they're still him and Sue Ann are still together. I follow her. I've been following her for a while on Instagram because, like, I don't know. I was just on a mission to find like a Miami attorneys at one point, so I've been following her for a while. And yeah, I saw she popped up on my timeline, and I was like, "Oh, let me go see if they're still together." And it looks like they're still dating.
Girl, give us the tea, Kendra, girl.
I don't have no tea.
I know.
I just saw that it looked like they were still dating on the thing. So I guess we're gonna see a reunion here soon.
Hopefully. I know that Blake was supposed to be on Ages and Stages. I want to say that aired yesterday, which is Simone and Rashid from whatever the resort Ready to Love crew, their YouTube channel. So we'll see about that. Speaking of Simone, listen, those of you who may not ride for the girl, I love me some Simone Red Wine. That girl is funny as hell. And when she ran down Miss Jeffrey, I was here for it. My thing is, why would you come for a lawyer who owns her own firm and she's barred? She's barred in several states.
Give me some background, child.
Okay, so basically, Simone and Rashid watch the show, and then they do like a live, kind of like what we do, but they do it live. They have like a little clip typically where they're watching and they talk about the show or whatever. And so she had some commentary that was unpleasant, I guess, about Miss Jeffrey. I don't remember what it was that she said, but she said something that Jeffrey didn't like. So then Jeffrey got in the comments and decided that she wanted to read her down and, you know, get her 2 cents in, her little her fisticuffs. Right. So Simone being Simone, the lawyer was ready with the smoke. Like, do not play with these girls. And my thing is like, I just would have been like, you know what, girl, have your opinions. Cause if I got skeletons, I'm not finna attack somebody that can out my damn skeletons.
And you know what I'm saying? It's like Sue Ann was nice to you, but like don't
and listen, she did it too.
Listen, from my girlies, you don't want it with the black girl attorneys. Let me tell you something. You don't want it with us. You don't want it.
And she could have did it too. And I'm just like, what? Like, you really brazen. So basically, Simone came out. She did a after the homegirl got with the fisticuffs in the comments. She came back when they did the next episode, and before they got into it, she just was like, I have to address this thing that was said by Jeffrey in the comments. And she had like note cards and all this shit, right?
Of course she did.
So she said all this stuff at that time, and then came back and did a separate conversation where it was just her, where she ran down basically Jeffrey's rap sheet. No lies. You have to watch this, friend. I'm gonna have to send you the thing. I was just like, wow.
It's like you don't want it with the girlies who have access to Lexus. Like, relax.
Hello. Because she just was like, basically, you're on this show portraying this personality that you are not. You keep trying to tell people that you were married for 12 years and you were not. Like, you keep trying to tell people that your children were all together with this one particular person and it was not. Like, ciao.
You don't want it with the girls that got access to Lexus.
Like, I was
to confirm or deny, ciao.
Like, okay, all right, and the Oscar, the Emmy, all that goes too. Like,
yikes. Girl, well, she deserved it. Like, Jeffrey been getting on my nerves all season. She deserved it.
Indeed. Because my thing is, you got a whole lot to say. You bump your gums to the wrong freaking people, and now they didn't put your business out.
Hate it for you.
And I don't, to my knowledge, I don't think that there has been anything else that she has said, at least not on the Ages and Stages platform, she being Jeffrey. I would be surprised if she does, because girl, like that was legal documents. She like redacted people's names and stuff like that, but she kept the dates. She kept Jeffrey's first name. Like, girl, like, come on. I'm like, not playing in these streets with no lawyers. I'm not.
Pacer is right there, girl. The girls have access to Lexus and Pacer. We can destroy your whole life on the internet. Relax.
Child, embarrassed. So, okay, that's an aside. Don't have nothing to do with this week. So this particular week, I'm really, really, really just mad at Sister Lauren, girl. Not Lauren, Morgan. I'm mad at her. Because, like, granted, Lyndon is young and in the streets and having a good time. Apparently, he makes music and his music is good. Somebody said that down in the comments. Shout out to Single Shit, like I said before. But, like, Tony gives, abuser.
He does.
Maybe not physical, but, like, definitely abuser.
Wait a minute. Wait, because we be needing stuff. We be needing to see the filings in the cases, girl.
So let me find out. TCTC finna become a back end producer on the show. Okay, shout out to you.
Do we need to give you producer credit so we can get these filings? No. TCTC said I have Pacer access just to be nosy, and that is my kind of carrying on.
Girl, look into the tea. See what you can find.
Listen, our email is down below if you want to send us some filings.
Baby.
Yes, we have found our people. Come on, Pacer access to be nosy. I love this. I love this
little community that we have built. Shout out to y'all. But yeah, child,
that blessed me.
TC girl, can you let us know? I don't know your pronouns. I'm sorry. Listen. TC boo, can you let us know if you can find some tea on Tony? Because it is giving that he might have been, he might have had some fisticuffs situations of his own. Even though, I mean, he is a professional. This is all alleged, but I'm just saying, like, his energy is very aggressive.
We won't cite
his energy is very aggressive.
Just send us an anonymous note with your Pacer filings, child. Look, I know how to read them.
Listen, if y'all done got down to the end of this here show with us cackling and carrying on with the girls, we appreciate you.
Come on, Private Eye. Yes.
Listen, and speaking of the private eye of it all, that's what Simone said, that she had go and get this information for her.
Listen. Got to be more careful, as the girlies say. As the seniors say, our elder, got to be more careful.
Got to be more careful. So at this point for Ready to Love, all you have left is Morgan and Tony. You have Jeffrey, Mercedes, and Mark Anthony and Anthony. And that's
what's
that's
the,
it. Oh, and
the
Cynthia.
other Cynthia, yes. I like Cynthia. She seems very genuine to me.
Cynthia and Anthony seem to have made a love match in this last episode, so they might make it down to the end. So we're gonna see how this all plays out. But yeah, Jeffrey just need to go. That's literally what it's coming down to me. Because you have been pretending all season, and now Sister Simone has let us all know. She has brought us all into the business that we didn't even need to be a part of because of your own actions. So ain't nothing to be said about that. Sister girl, I wish you the best. But don't come on, like, why are you pretending? Because I feel like if it was not Simone, it would have been somebody else to come out and say all this stuff. Hell, it could have been one of her baby daddies that she said is deadbeats.
Hate that for you.
So, anyway.
Thank y'all for watching. Thank you, TCTC, for sticking with us and laughing with us here at the end. We appreciate it. Yes, the private eye. For everybody else, feel free, like, comment, subscribe, drop down in the comments. Let us know what you're watching so we can, be here with our mess bi-weekly for you as well.
All right, y'all. Peace out.
Bye.